Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hamakabi Games. I am Hamakabi, and today we're going to be doing the distance on Nightmare mode. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to be going out with Yumiko, Carl, and Princess. I'm going to do the entire thing with these three. This is my favorite team. So let's get started. So the distance is basically, as you go through, it's a mode in the game where your people do not heal between levels, so you have to make it all the way through the whole thing with your survivors without without them healing, unless you of course use like a med kit or something along those lines to heal them. But the damage that they suffer will stay with them from throughout the entire thing. So this is a nightmare mode. This is the hardest mode. So it starts you off with the walkers in the 20s, as we see here. And so yeah, I just my whole thing with these is just going to be to complete the mission, just to get out into the end as quickly as possible. So if I can avoid a fight, or if I can avoid walkers, that type of thing, then yeah, I will. It's just about completing the mission and getting to the end. So as we saw, I went straight to the gate, got it open, got out, and same thing here. So I'm gonna do that again. Let's take this guy out so he doesn't touch anybody. Alright, and then yeah, if I can go this whole thing without getting hit, that'll be great. But we will see. But I mean, getting hit doesn't really matter as long as I just don't want anybody to. I don't want to lose any survivors. But if I did, I have 69 total survivors in my catalog, so I could switch to somebody else and still make it through. But I'm gonna try to do the whole thing with just this team, so which shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, these earlier levels are gonna be very easy because the walkers are pretty low level. It's just the beginning. Actually, let me show you. So yeah, see, we're going all the way up here. I wish it was a little longer, but because the longer it is, the more goodies you get. So that would be nice. I have double XP and full gas on right now for 24 hours, so that is nice. Which I specifically waited. I had a free loyalty gift. That would give me full XP and full gas for 24 hours. So I specifically waited until the challenge and the distance and actually I don't think the challenge is available yet, but I specifically waited until the distance and last stand and all that became available. So the Overwatch, because of the Overwatch, Yumiko stopped that walker from hitting Princess. So I had moved Yumiko up closer, right there. Princess, I actually also might have stopped the walker from. She might have also used her Overwatch because she has it as well. It's, when you're out of action points, you know. That primed will kick in and stop the walker from, the survivor will stop the walker from getting their attack off. All right, so oh, there's somebody there. Can't necessarily see them, but they're there, which is why I'll move back a little bit. There they go. That's why when I was trying to run there, it showed like it had that red warning. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to the exit, and I'm just gonna stand on the exit and just kill some. I have to kill some walkers before I can leave, so just gonna chill here. That's all you need to do, and then we can bounce. All right, off to the next. Collect my goodies, and then we continue on. All right, so let's see what this is about. It's another go to exit. Go to exits are very straightforward because you're literally just going to the exit. And see, that Overwatch, that primed Overwatch is really good because it allows you to be a little careless and go to those blind spots, and still not get hit by a walker that you couldn't see. So this gate takes 4 turns, so I started working on that as soon as possible. And just stand there while he's working on the gate, then we get out of here. You guys might get tired of seeing me use the same characters, but I mean, I have my favorite characters. Okay, so we got human enemies these times, or this time, which they quite possibly could hit me if they got a shooter on their team or something like that. A shooter, a hunter, or somebody. That actually is able to get an attack in. So none of them were able to get an attack in though. So yeah, let's get out of here. Let's see what's next. Alright, so we got some T-Dog tokens, and now we're moving on. I probably yeah, it's alright. I was about to say I probably should have moved Yumiko forward instead of allowing her to go back like she did at first, but it's alright. She can actually cover a lot of tiles, you know, cover a lot of ground. So that's good. Shooters, you know, they can move pretty far. Not as far as scouts or something like that, but still pretty far. Alright. He might have got some shots on me if he hadn't got knocked out, but he got knocked out, so it sucks for him. I'll take him out right there. Yeah, so I just like I said, it's not about killing walkers or anything like that. I just want to get the mission done and get out as quickly as possible. There's certain instances when I would maybe stay and kill walkers just for the fun of it, but not necessarily in this game mode. I would do that in some other instances that I might talk about in another video. But yeah, primarily maybe like scavenge. Actually, I can talk about it here. Maybe it's like I'm just doing scavenge, and I had no gas, and I didn't have much gas, and I just wanted to get the most out of the gas that I did use to access a level. You know, I might stay in there and just attack walkers and let them keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And that's something I would recommend you guys do if you run out of gas, and or if you're low on gas and you want to play a little bit, you just want to get some EXP or something. You know, you can scavenge. You go to a scavenge EXP level and just stay in the level and just let waves and waves of walkers come until, you know, and kill them. Keep killing them until you can't kill them anymore. You know, that's something. That's an instance where you might want to stick around and just kill walkers just for the fun of it. But yeah, like I said, in this instance, I'm just trying to, in this particular game mode, I'm just trying to do what I gotta do and get through the and get through it. You can't, because like I said, you can't heal your walkers. They maintain the same health throughout the entire distance, and if any of them becomes incapacitated, then yeah, they're incapacitated. You can't use them, so yeah. I remember back in the day, a long time ago, when this is before, like when you could do they had a mode called deadly mode, and if a survivor um was incapacitated in deadly mode, they would be permanently incapacitated. They would literally be dead in the game. And you know, you would have a memorial. There was a memorial plaque for all your deceased characters. And they got rid of that. Um, but I remember when survivors could literally die permanently in the game. Yeah, so that was way back in the day. That was years and years ago on this game. But Some of you may or may not remember that. It's add some realism to it. But yeah, having a situation where somebody would get grabbed and die in a mission, and then they will be permanently dead in your game. You know, that can suck. So I understand why they changed it. All right. And we're out of here. So we're doing pretty good. Mission 1221. See how far we came. About halfway there. About. That's why I said I wish it was a little longer, you know, because it'd be nice if it was longer. And getting more stuff is always nice. I wish we I want some like apocalyptic pieces and stuff like that. And those would be nice. Or reroll tokens. Reroll tokens are always nice. Because I absolutely hate how you can re-roll like a trait or something, and you'll get traits you don't want, and then it's like you can't even get back those reroll tokens. It'd be nice if you can specifically select what trait you wanted, so that basically you would never waste any reroll tokens, but it's not how it's set up, so it just is what it is. But it would be nice if it was set up that way. Nice if this was a flare. I think flares are probably my favorite supply. And they come in handy, but I mean, if you get into a situation, you know, where you're kind of stuck and you need to have the walkers distracted. But yeah, let's go ahead and start making our way over here so we can get out of here. Let's gotta get this door open. 6 turns. Alright, come on, Coral. Coral. He's working. He needs to get his lockpick skill up. That's for all you Fallout heads out there. Get your lockpicking skills up. But yeah, let's see. Which actually, I probably, as of right now, I haven't played any console games on the channel, or for the channel, but I probably will in the future. So yeah, I'm at a place in my life right now where I really don't have too much time for console games like I used to, but I play these mobile games like if I'm in the car, and you know, but so you know, I of course, if I'm in the car and I'm not driving, you know, like I'm in the passenger side or something like that, I'll just play the game. So I have a little bit more time for this. But yeah, like I said, in the future, I probably will play some console games. I'm quite sure I will. So yeah, I guess I'm just making conversation as I'm going through this. You guys can kind of just watch what I do. Walkers are getting a little higher level now, so that's nice. We're in the 40s now. Just wanted to make room for Coral. So Coral. It's like, nah, just copying Rick. Oh, snap. That's a shame. Whoops. So as you can see, all it takes is one grab. Now Princess is in the red. So she can't get touched anymore. So that was my fault. I was moving too fast, a little nonchalant. It's my fault. Sorry, Princess. She's alright. But at least you got to see, though. She incurred some damage. And when I go to the next one, you'll see that she is still at the same damage. They don't heal from level to level as they normally would. You know. And I don't mean like, and you know what I mean by normally would. Normally, like, you would have to, they wouldn't heal per se, as far as, if she had got grabbed in a mission, normally she would go into the hospital, something along those lines. So, but what I mean is, yeah, I'm just saying that, she's gonna stay red for the remainder of every single level. Whatever damage she takes is gonna continue on. She's gonna continue in the same exact health, the same exact state for the rest of this. And again, it's only showing 0 mission cost because of my full gas for 24 hours. Typically, the gas is actually more, but that's the only reason why it says 0. It'll say 0 when you have full gas turned on. Alright, so I'm going to take out the shooter just because I don't want him to shoot me. I don't want him to shoot Princess. And Jeff was right next to Yumiko, so at least we knocked him out. That was good. Now he's probably going to fight the walker, Marvin. I'm going to use her bonus attack so that... There we go. We can get her, kill that enemy, then get her over here. Now we can get out and continue on. Alright. Almost there. Last 4. So this is nice. We get some reroll tokens and some cloth. Some 5-star cloth. Gotta be specified. It's not just any cloth. Alright. Continue. I'm going to I think I'm going to run along the bottom here. Let me kill this guy since he is refusing to die. Alright. Now we're out of there. My fault. Continuing on. Let's start the mission. Alright, hopefully they use Overwatch to stop this guy. Yeah, they did. Alright. Because I was like, come on, don't do the princess bit. You know, don't be like before where princess got grabbed. They didn't do the Overwatch. If I remember correctly. They probably could have. So, this should kill him. And it did. So, I will... Yeah, I figured they would activate Overwatch. And now we can go ahead and get out. Listen, I'm going to try to get through this without having to, without losing anybody. Princess got grabbed once, unfortunately, but we can possibly make it all the way through to the end without anybody dying. It looks like it's going to take about 30 minutes. Alright. Alright. I've been saying that a lot. I do apologize. That's getting on anybody's nerves. But yeah. That is so funny. I was just saying I don't want to lose anybody, and I accidentally ran past that walker. And she died. But it's okay, because now you get to see how it happens in the distance. When somebody dies, there she's literally gone. She's gone. Princess was my sacrificial lamb this one. I had to keep just showing how it works. I'm actually going to move Carl here so that yeah, I didn't want Yumiko to get grabbed in case they did get grabbed. I didn't want Yumiko to get grabbed, so I was like, let me move Carl right there so he can kind of, you know, yeah. But anyways, she's out of action, so I will use Abraham, and I'll, to keep the same weapon and stuff and all that good stuff, I will switch his loadout with Princess's. And then we'll continue with Abraham. Alright, so this one is kill 25 walkers. I think this is the last one too. So we just gotta kill 25 walkers and then get out. Get out of Dodge. So we'll move them right there. Let's take him out. Let's take this walker out so that nobody gets grabbed. So at least we're at the finish line, so I'm just gonna stand here and take out walkers until we're able to leave, until I've killed enough of them. Boom. Alright, now we just need 2. This guy is the last one. Alright. So we are out. And that is it. So yeah, poor Princess. We made it. We can make it. We can. We're the ones who live. The distance complete. Yeah. Princess died, but it's okay. Because like I told you, you know, she's not permanently dead. They don't do that anymore. And I'm not saying that only was a thing with the distance. That was a thing with any mode. Like if they died in a if you played deadly mode on any, if you were just in the deadly mode when you played a level, then yeah, they would die and they would not come back. So yeah, that was the distance. I think I'll show you guys my loadout. If I did, I don't know. Yeah, I'll show you guys my loadout. That's what Yumiko had. Abraham. That's Scream Stick, and then I'll go to Carl. So I was using Carl. Blizzard pistol. So yeah. Show you guys the badges. My fault. I'm gonna get one more damage. I do critical damage and damage on most of my shooter builds. You can see, so yeah, Princess, she got incapacitated, but this is how she was set up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, be sure to, or anything you just want to say or point out, maybe you can help me, give me some tips and tricks, whatever the case may be. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed, please stick around. More videos to come. See you guys next time.